run into at an inauguration. I caught up yesterday with well-known Trump supporter and longtime actor Jon Voight. Take a look. Let me ask you a serious question.
All right.
Do you feel that you had a role to play in this new changing of the American landscape?
I think many of us, certainly you, and many people had a lot to do with it. But when you look at the landscape of all of America, it's a relatively few people that really made a great difference to to encourage, inspire, keep us all going. I'm very shortly going to go upstairs from this place and introduce Rudy Giuliani. Now, Rudy, I remember in difficult times, of the campaign, when so many people on the other side were reporting tremendous bad numbers from the polls, and all of this, and it seemed like things were going awry. And at those times, it seems like every time that there was a test for me, and of course, you were so positive and so remarkable in your energy. You just have that naturally, but you have this positive, great energy that keeps everybody up, and Rudy does too. And in those moments, I keyed on you guys, and you gave me spirit to go the next mile. So there's a lot of people that really helped each other, and then as our president says, as our President Trump says, he said this is a movement. So this was a lot of people all throughout the country.
All right, so here we are on the eve of a day that is almost hard to believe is here, but it's here.
Yeah.
And so what do you wish for in the first 100 days?
Well, I have to say that I'm very proud of the way Donald Trump has proceeded from the first moment of his victory in the election right to the present time. I think he's done more. He's worked harder, put in more longer hours, and accomplished more than any other president in my memory. And I was born in 1938. Don't tell anybody. And but I've never seen any energy like this in some ways. And he has this metabolism. He sleeps very.
I know, he sleeps like 3 hours a night.
And then I saw him on the campaign, and I would see him at the end of the day in California after he made a stop in Wisconsin and a stop in Texas, and then he's up there. And he was as fresh as he was in the early part of the morning, So so we have this tremendous energy, and I'm very impressed with what he's accomplished, and I'm very impressed with the cabinet he's put together. And I said it rivals the great cabinets of our country's history, and maybe even the brilliant first cabinet of our founders. These guys are quite special.
And last question. Did you experience any pushback in L.A.?
Well, of course, you can see all across the country. There's, people on the other side. They're very forceful and sometimes unpleasant. But
in what way?
That's normal. Listen.
But we didn't do that. We didn't do that.
Yes, that's right. I think that's right. I mean, when they try to depict people as in the way they describe them, and then you see the way they responded to things and the way the Republican side responded, we seemed a bit, we seemed to have more grace.
Well, and speaking of grace, let me say how much I appreciate you are being graceful and talking to us on this moment tonight.
You're the greatest. You know what I saw Janine? When I say she's tracked me down, I've seen her at different places, and I've always been very impressed. But I'm going to tell you honestly, and this is honest.
Just between us.
I'm scared of her. I'm scared of her. I don't know. If I get in and, I don't know what she's going to say to me. And I don't know, because judges scare me, I have to tell you. But female judges really scare me.
Thank you, Jon.
But beautiful people like Janine,
Thank
they
you,
really scare me.
Jon, and Ray Donovan, is it Ray Donovan? You scare me.